Yo, it's your boy Boss Cowboy. And we bring you another one. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Yeah, because we're here to talk about some, we're here to talk about some problems that we need to solve. We're gonna solve them. But y'all definitely we're gonna talk about today for sure what I know people been wanting to talk about. And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of use my background to talk about it. And we're gonna be talking about, man, how to fix Anthony Brown. We also gonna be talking about these latest rumors on Odell Beckham. Alright? Because I'm thinking I'm seeing something. What I'm seeing is all the Dallas Cowboy fans getting played with Odell Beckham. And obviously, like I said, we're going to be talking about how to fix Anthony Brown. Because honestly, I did make a mistake. I gave up on Anthony Brown before. I ain't going to do that again. I'm going to more so talk about how to fix Anthony Brown versus talking about something we can't do nothing about. So y'all just sit back. I'll be right back. Boss Cowboy Sports. Let's go. Coming in. Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports. Let's go. Alright. It's showtime, baby. Let's get it. We're going to solve some problems today. We're going to go through the film. Y'all going to like this show. I promise you. Let's get it. Let's get it. I appreciate it, man. My boy say, boss, you stay flying them blazers. Yeah, man. When me and Lau brought up the blazers yesterday, man. Yeah, we had a good time, man. So inside the huddle, y'all be on the lookout. Different things that's in the works. So we'll see. We go kind of let it play out. We in the talks like Odell Beckham. Am say check your flop. What you mean, bro? Okay, hold on. No, he said check your flop. I don't know what that mean, bro. Explain that. I want to make sure I ain't missing what you're saying, big bro. But yeah, man, just real quick, let me go through a couple of these comments and we gonna get right into the content. All right, we gonna jump right into it today. I'm gonna say, yeah, you stay fly. Oh, the phone. Yeah. Oh, check my phone. All right, hold on real quick. Give me 1 second, bro. Boy sending me stuff as I'm live. It must be very interesting. Let me check this real quick. Then we go get right into the content. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm having some issues, man, with my thumbnails, bro. It's not syncing. See, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Boys be really looking out. They be like, bruh, your thumbnails ain't in sync. Y'all know, bro. Yeah, it been very glitchy. Let me go in here and try to mess with it. Y'all give me 1 second, cause he right. I need to make sure that thumbnail is on point. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm sorry, that's gonna delay me just a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna try to fix this real quick, and then we go get started. Trust me, it's gonna be a good show, man. I got some good stuff. I got some film. We gonna really break down how to fix Anthony Brown. All right. And I'm also tell y'all, as I'm kind of fixing with my boy Amp, help me too. Also, it's not as bad as what we think. Right? It's some panic going on with Anthony Brown. So we go dig into that. We go also dig into the latest rumors, because the more and more I'm kind of looking at the details, the more and more I'm starting to get a different theory on Odell Beckham, a whole nother theory, right? And I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna show y'all the evidence. So thank you, Amp. I think I updated it, at least on YouTube. It should be updated now, matching what's going on. I appreciate it. It's been very glitchy. All right, so anyway, we gonna get through it, man. It happens. Y'all saw us go through that yesterday with my boy Law. So, you know, it happens. Yeah. Y'all give me 1 more second to check out one more thing on, and then we go get right into the content. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Everything good. All right, here we go. So, dealing with this Odell Beckham stuff, and matter of fact, let me just ask y'all, which one y'all want to deal with first? Do y'all want to deal with, because I'm gonna really do this based on what y'all say today. Which one you want to deal with first? Do you want to deal with how to fix Anthony Brown, or do y'all first want to get into this Odell Beckham stuff? I also got some good news, because I did find a middle ground for all you people that's just really want Odell Beckham. I did find a way for me to agree with getting Odell Beckham. Okay, my boy Swain said get OBJ out the way. All right, so we go start with that and get right into it. So first, my boy Keystone with the same thing. He said OBJ. All right, so we go get that out the way. Then we go get into the film on how to fix Mr. Anthony Brown. So first thing I'm gonna tell you is the middle ground that I came up with is gonna really be up to Dak and what I see in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. Oh, now I'm saying, so y'all say Anthony Brown, it's too late. I already started. If I see Dak checking into a lot of runs, that would be the only way that I would start feeling any way comfortable with Odell Beckham. That's it. I wanna see the only way that I will be actually for Odell Beckham is gonna be, what do I see with my quarterback audibles, and what do they say with the press conferences? If I see Dak checking out of dumb passes, right, and places to where we clearly should be running the ball, I will feel comfortable and better about us acquiring Odell Beckham. So, you know, a lot of us, we've been debating that. It's been a lot of back and forth on that. You know, I really do give every objection a lot of thought. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm debating the crowd or debating the OC, because that's where this came from. The OC and I was really debating this. And you know, he a smart dude, man. You know, like, I got a lot of respect for the OC. But as we was debating is, sometimes there's a middle ground, right? There's a middle ground that you really can find, because I have to have a check on Kellen Moore, and I need a game check on Kellen Moore. Like, when I say game check, somebody that can make the adjustment within the game. Because I'm gonna show y'all real quick that Mike McCarthy cannot make the adjustment. Because as we was debating this, I keep seeing and I kept hearing, especially on Twitter, people say, well, boss, we just need Mike McCarthy to just take over. We need Mike McCarthy. That's boss. That's all we need. It's simple. You overthinking it. No, I'm not. I'm not overthinking it. And I'm gonna show you right now from your boss, from the boss man, from Stephen Jones, who got the real power. So this coming from KNC Masterpiece. I want y'all to listen to this. All right, and we getting ready to break this down on the power structure, and I want y'all to really listen to Stephen Jones. It is subtle, but it's true. So listen to this, and then we go talk about it.
I was looking at some stats, Steven, recently, and I noticed Dak's been standing up the last 2 games. And then I noticed y'all have only given up, I think, 14 sacks this year. Y'all have given up the least amount of sacks this season. And
this from Monday, by the way. And I do have the link in the description.
And we go back to Tyler Smith was the draft pick. This offensive line got better. We were terrified for a moment that when Tyron got hurt, it would be worse. Where do you credit for what this offensive line's become this year?
Well, I think it's the full body of work. I mean, you got to start with, executing offense, which of course is Kellen and Mike, and then it rolls on down to who's coaching them, which is Coach Philbin. And
I'm gonna rewind that and see if you caught it. Yeah.
Draft pick. This offensive line got better. We were terrified for a moment that when Tyron got hurt, it would be worse. Where do you credit for what this offensive line's become this year?
Listen.
Well, I think it's the full body of work. I mean, you got to start with, executing offense, which of course is Kellen and
Sadiqua. I'm not talking about Kellen. I'm talking about Odell Beckham, and I'm talking about how to fix Anthony Brown.
It's the full body of work. I mean, you got to start with, executing offense, which of course is Kellen and.
I'm just trying to see if y'all caught that.
It's the full body of work. I mean, you got to start with, executing offense, which of course is Kellen and Mike, and then it rolls on down to who's coaching them, which is.
So he giving you the hierarchy. He telling you it starts with Kellen. So I just wanted to just make that clear because some people get confused about that. So on the Odell Beckham, we got to first know that it starts with Kellen. All right. So I just want to make, because some people have been getting confused on that. I've been seeing that on Twitter. Another thing that I want y'all to notice, now we getting deeper into Odell. My boy say, if hold on real quick. All right. So listen, y'all. Listen. My boy say, why don't you get, boss, that there's no fixing Anthony Brown? Point blank, he's garbage. All right. First, let's just calm down. Relax, bro. All right? Hey, you kind of talking to me like you schooling me. All right? You're not schooling me, big dog. All right? Like, if there's anybody that got a lot of authority to talk about corner, it's me. All right? I played it. I was very good at it. I was All-American, a Division I athlete at corner. I'm very smart. I know the position. I came from very good defensive coordinators. I can talk about corner, bro. And I'm gonna just let everybody know. All you people that's just like, just give up on him. Cool, bro. That's cool. All right. But I'm not here to just beat up Anthony Brown. I'm more so here to talk about how to fix Anthony Brown, because we did see him play better, which also means it's a chance for him to improve. So, just like I was saying the other day with Dak, I'm not God, you not God, none of us are God. the best thing for us to do is to come up with ways for him to improve. And I will be going through the film today on how to fix him. All right. So, and I know a lot of people are very impatient, and y'all should be, because he was mediocre for most of his career. He had a great year last year. He had a pretty good year his first year. But for about 5 years, he wore on our fan base patience. So I do understand the frustration, but trust me, everybody take your temperatures down. I'm going to really get into this content, and I'm going to really do my best to try to really talk about Anthony Brown with substance and film, and not just feelings and anger. All right. So, so I just want to be clear on that, saying, like, all that what you don't get, let's just calm down. Trust me, I guarantee I get corner more than you. I promise you that. I promise you I know corner way more than you. I promise you that. All right. So I just want to be clear on that. Okay. Another thing I want to say too, this is what I really want with people that follow this channel. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do. I'm not trying to tell you how to be, but I would really appreciate if we kind of stop the extra adjectives on these players. All this suck, garbage, and all that. Listen, all of these athletes are way better than you and I could ever dream of. In my best day, I would never be as athletic as Anthony Brown. Do y'all understand that? You won't either. Like, I saw somebody in the comments the other day talking about Tyron Smith and talking about he go break his arm and he made a glass and he trash. I said, wait a minute. Like on the cool. Like, these people and these players play with broken bones, concussions, backs, surgeries for you and for them, but for your entertainment, bruh. So I would just ask, because see, I'm gonna tell you what that's coming across. That's coming across like we worship the Dallas Cowboys versus are fans of the Dallas Cowboys. I don't worship the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm not gonna spit and piss on players with extra adjectives because I love the team. That's worshiping the team. And if you come to this channel, I would really ask just to please don't do all that extra adjectives, because at the end of the day, it's not that serious, just to be honest. So I just wanted to say that so that we can kind of try to add some decorum to this channel. You know what I mean? And I really do get the frustration. I know we all been waiting a long time for a Super Bowl appearance and all of that, but let's not go too far. And I just wanted to say that real quick. All right. But going back to what I was saying, dealing with Odell. I want y'all to hear this one though, because this gets interesting. We going back to the same interview with Stephen Jones on KNC Masterpiece, but I want to raise something as we going through this Odell Beckham stuff, because y'all said y'all wanted me to start with that. So I'm gonna start with the Odell Beckham and why did I ask in the beginning of the show, are we being played? So I want y'all to listen to this. Then I'm gonna explain this from how I see it. So check this out.
Beckham had a bit of a thing that popped up in the news yesterday on the airplane. Does that come up in conversation? Do you get the information? Like, do you get the real story about it beforehand? Or is it one of those, hey, what happened, buddy?
Well, you get the information, but, at the end of the day, we've kind of said what we're going to say about Odell. Certainly it's getting to that point where, this thing's going to get very competitive, and probably the less said, the better.
Yoga fire. See, hold on. See, it's a lot that goes with that. Yeah, Sadiq would say she places y'all in timeout. So if you don't want to be in Sadiq's timeout, don't make the extra adjectives. Ooh, oh man, listen, bro, my boy. See, listen, I gotta show this comment because this is a real one, bro. Ooh, I was thinking about this today. This comment is dope. This comment is dope. Ah, Tariq. Tyreek. My boy say, some people just don't get it, boss. I sacrifice my body in every game. I feel it right now in the wear and tear, and I'm 46. Ooh.
Yoga fire.
I was thinking about that today. Like, I when Kurt said he separated his shoulder and came back and kept playing, bro, I did the same thing. And I ain't gonna never forget the pain of playing with a separated shoulder. Ooh, that's why, man, they suck and they trash. Nah, I ain't doing all that. Not all that. I might say he need to play better. You know what I'm saying? I get that. You know, I might make a little joke about it. You know, I might say that play was like a wet fart. You know what I'm saying? Make a little fart noise, something to laugh about. But they sorry, they suck, they track. I ain't doing all that. It's just the game, it's too painful. And they make too many sacrifices. I ain't doing all that. But going back to the big point of what I was making. Check this out. Going back to this, because it's important. Listen.
Does that come up in conversation? Do you get the information? Like, do you get the real?
You know, this thing's going to get very competitive, and probably the less said, the better.
The real story about it beforehand, or is it one of the?
No, it's getting to that point where you know, this thing's going to get very competitive, and probably the less said, the better. You know, until we know what that outcome is going to be in terms of where he's going to suit up.
So let me explain. Yeah, Emmett played with a separated shoulder, man. Don't get me started thinking about them memories like that. But this is the thing, and I want y'all to pay attention to something. This is proof that they know better, based on what he just said. Hear me out. What he just said is proof that they know better. What you mean they know better? Because if you listen to what he said it's getting around that time to where the less that's said, the better. I'm gonna play it one more time. Listen.
Today, we've kind of said what we're going to say about Odell. Certainly, it's you know, it's getting to that point where you know, this thing's going to get very competitive, and probably the less said, the better.
Okay. So I was always saying for about a month, why are they publicly lobbying for Odell Beckham? Because you're running up your own price. And now he's saying the less you say, the better. So when you doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing, my question is, what's your motives? Because out his own mouth, he was like, and stuff like this, quietness and silence is the best. So you know better. So why has it been a month of marketing to Odell Beckham? And I think I got a theory. This is my theory. It's all good, bro. It's all good. My brother said he's sorry, and it's all good, man. I appreciate the apology. But check this, man. This is what I think they're doing. I think they trying to get somebody else to be dumb.
Yoga fire. Yoga fire.
What you
Yoga
mean?
flame.
What you mean, boss? You not running up your price. I think they trying to run up somebody else's price. I think they trying to get another team to overspend for Odell Beckham. That's just my opinion, because he clearly showed that he knows better than what they've been doing for a whole month. Do I need to play it again? I'm gonna play it one more time, and then we gonna talk about it. Check this out.
You know, this thing's going to get very competitive, and probably the less said, the better.
Did I just make that up? So yeah. So, but you spent a whole month allowing your team and players and everybody, and it wasn't just them being asked the question by the reporters. Yeah, they was openly, loudly lobbying for Odell Beckham, and I always used to ask, why are you raising your own price by publicly showing you want him? So I'm gonna tell y'all a lesson that I learned from my mom on how to negotiate. When I was young, she used to appreciate the super chat. Let me take the super chat from my boy Keystone, man. Keystone is we getting around that time, Keystone. Time for us to start doing some work. You know what I'm talking about too. It's time. He said, so Steven has a scapegoat, huh? Yeah. I think he trying to create a mark. I think he trying to create a sucker. Keystone. I think he trying to create a mark. See, let me tell you why. My mom taught me a long time ago how to negotiate. All right. Because when I was young, she taught me some good life lessons. On my 15th birthday, I went to go get my first piece of jewelry, right? It was a gold ring. And so I went to the mall, Redbird Mall, here in Oak Cliff. And my mom was with me. And I'm trying to, be a young man and negotiate on my own. So she just sat back and watched me, right? And so I'm sitting there, I walk up to him and say, hey, man, I'm trying to get a gold ring for my birthday. And so he's like, what you like? So he pulled it out. Then when I saw what I like, I was like, I like that one. And my mom was just watching. She was just, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Ooh. And then I put it on. Ooh, I'm what them girls gonna like this ring. Ooh, wee. And she just let me do my thing. She just watched me. And then I was like, how much? $400. $400? Okay. Boom. I put it down. She let me buy it. Then I bought the ring. She say, boy, never do what you just did. I said, what? She said, the next time you interested in something, act like you don't see it. My mama was cold. Ooh, my mama was cold. She said, act like the next time you see the ring you want or the jewelry you want or something you want, pretend like that's not what you want. And the next time he won't say $400, he gonna tell you $250. Because he gonna be trying to sell it to you. I was like, but see, I appreciate it because my mom first let me make that mistake of not raising my own price by showing how interested I am. And then what's crazy is when I was buying my house years later, and I was sitting there with the realtor, and I ain't gonna never forget, I love this house, but I never forgot the lesson she taught me when I was 15. And I was in this house and it had a pool, jacuzzi upstairs, wood floors, granite, like a movie room. I'm like, man. But the whole time I'm talking to the realtor like this. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, show me a couple of more homes and then I'll go from there. Just very poker face. And then my mom came in and she loved the house and she broke her own rule. It was so funny. She said, and I was like, she said, I love it. I said, oh God, stop. Because I knew, don't show no interest in what you want because you go raise your price. Yeah, see, listen, say, can y'all kick out Haywood? Kick Haywood out. Just get him out. Just kick him out. See, I don't do this, little dog. You weird anyway with this green weird hat. See, like you weird, bro. Like, kick him out. Admins, delete him off the channel. This dude say, come on, brother. You know that. You a dumb little brother. Yeah, kick him out, bro. Just kick him out. And we ain't got time for no weirdos like you, bro. We go talk with respect in here. All you boys that think y'all can run up in here and troll, y'all gonna have one day to live. You dead. Right after you do it. One time. I don't play with you suckers. Get out of here. Alright, so my boy from Landlord said, what's happening, boss? Man, the more I think about this OBJ stuff, I'm thinking this is Steven being, hold on real quick. I appreciate y'all for kicking him out. He said, man, the more I think about this OBJ stuff, the more I'm thinking Steven is being cheap. They selling it OBJ on being a Cowboy, hoping we'd come here for the cheap, bro. I'm gonna show you where I'm almost certain that you right. That's why bro, I started this and appreciated Landlord. Landlord a cool dude. He always show love, man. And real quick, shout out to Landlord, because he don't just show love to this channel. He show love to a whole bunch of different channels, man. So I just like the spirit of how he move. You're a good dude, Landlord. And, you know, I really appreciate you being in the community, big dog. But I'm gonna show you, Landlord, to where I think you right. All right, I'm gonna show you. All right, and this came out today. All right, so this came from Josina Anderson. And I'm gonna just kind of go through this chain of tweets and kind of decipher it. All right, so let's kind of go. All right, I'm gonna put me to the right side. Here we go. So if we start from Josina, she said nothing has deviated from OBJ's pre-scheduled tour in the tweet below. His visit in Buffalo over the weekend will provide good time not only to learn more about the Bills, but also to catch up with his buddy Von Miller, who said he's hoping to target a 12-11 return. Okay, so nothing big about that. Now, the juice start kind of coming out a little bit from a source, right? Josina, she published, she said, I'm told one thing the Cowboys are also waiting for with OBJ's visit is to learn his contract desires more specifically. In advance of his arrival December 5th, a league source told me, if it's feasible, Landlord, look at that. If it's feasible for Dallas to offer OBJ a multi-year deal, if the numbers are reasonable. Hold on, let me move this real quick and go back to that tweet. Who does that sound like? Who does that source sound like? That sound like Steven to me. That sound like Steven. Yeah, I think her source on this is Steven, because this has to be a decision maker, right? It sounds just like Cowboy on this, right? That we open to it for the right amount. See, cause cause Landlord, to your point, remember how they been, boy, if we could, and see, think about what Jerry said 3 weeks ago. Remember, he said, if I could make a move that appears to be all in. He didn't say if I could make a move and go all in. He said, if I can make a move that appears. So it's like, oh, okay. This is about appearance. Because now you're starting to see backpedals a little bit, Landlord. You starting to see, yeah, we open for the right price. Yeah, so now it's not about is he the player that's gonna put us over? It's nah. Now your whole tune starting to change. So here we go. Let's keep looking at the evidence real quick. All right. On this Odell Beckham stuff. The league source also added there is still work to be figured out. And so this is when it get a little bit better, okay? This is where it gets a little bit better. So Clarence Hill, he says, reasonable to whom is the question, does he want Michael Gallup money or Tariq Hill money? To Josina. He like, yeah, let's get down to the numbers. And what's the difference is what he's saying. Now, first of all, it's been already leaked that likely, obviously through his agent, that Odell is looking for around 20, right? But that's the job. That's what an agent's supposed to do. An agent's supposed to put out a, bigger amount, but then you're supposed to work down to the real number. So what we looking at, to be honest, the market value right now for Odell Beckham should be around Michael Gallup. Because Michael Gallup is what you can consider, I would call the ACL market. So if you're a player like Michael Gallup that's younger, that also produced 1,000-yard seasons, that was trending up, but I think his average per year came out to about 11.5. That's really honestly where Odell should be. Plus you should be able to knock some off because it's 2 ACLs, then knock some more off because you're 30, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you should be. Yeah, you getting to the T. What Michael Gallup got? Nah, bro. And I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody know that the market for Odell Beckham is go be around the Michael Gallup and less. So we got us a super chat real quick. Oh, make you a mod? Yeah. Common sense? Yeah, I'm gonna make you a mod. Give me 1 second, bro. But that's why I want to update us on this Odell Beckham stuff, because like landlords say, the more and more you look at it, you be like, man, me and Coach Marv was saying this today. We was talking about this. I say, this don't smell right. it just don't. My boy Mucho Boom with the super chat too. He say, salute Boss Cowboy, always putting in that work. Yeah, it appreciate it, brother. This just got a smell to it, bro. Don't it got a smell? Like it kind of stink. If you really all right, let me get common sense. Man, you should have been a shit. Common sense, you should have been a moderator, big dog. My bad. I'm gonna blame Sadiq, because Sadiq will be the one that be like, boss, make sure you make this boy a moderator, and this girl, I be like, God damn, Sadiq. Sadiq will be hitting me all in my DM over this. Man, this person has been faithful, boss. You should make that person and a moderator. Okay, Sadiq. Okay. But don't, this gotta smell. It don't smell right. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I made you a moderator, big dog. But going back and looking at this and just kind of deciphering all this type of stuff. Yeah, James Washington coming back. That got a smell to it too. That's a whole nother. Don't let me get started on that. But so basically, I'm gonna take some calls in a second, but this got a funny smell to it. This got a real funny smell to it, because we just heard Steven out his own mouth say, the less you say, the better. But yet they've been talking loud about wanting Odell. So I'm gonna say this before I take these calls, and I'm gonna sum it up and take these calls right now. Let me go ahead and open up the phone lines. So I think, because just like my mom, she watched me show all this emotions, which made that guy come out with $400 because he saw me excited about the ring. I honestly think we trying to set up the Giants, because me and Coach Marv was talking about this today. They actually need weapons, and if you can create a mirage to appear, like Jerry said, have the appearance of all in, I think they trying to bait the Giants into overspending. Very, honestly, smart. Very smart. Like, it's a setup. Hold on. Boss Cowboy Sports. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Hey, man, I believe that Stephen Jones really don't want Odell.
Yeah. I don't think so either. Mm-mm.
Man, I believe that Stephen Jones really don't want Odell. Yeah. He don't want him.
Nah.
Ain't no James on the way.
Yeah. I think they... Yeah. And T.O. Go ahead. You got me on the background, bro. I'm gonna hang you up. Turn me off in your background and call back. I'm sorry, I had to hang my brother up. He had me on the background and was giving some feedback. But he raised a good point. I want y'all to think about this. Coach Marvin and I was talking today. This is just real, and just keeping it real. What businessman is not looking to be cheaper? Okay, what do I mean by that? We got the #1 offense in points since Dak came back, right? Who says when something is working extremely well, let's invest more into it? Just think about that. Do billionaires think like that? When something is already the best, they go double down and paying for more of what's already working? It got a smell to it. Just like landlord said, like, the more and more I think about it, the more and more it definitely does not fit the Dallas Cowboys norms. It got a real womp smell to it. Very womp. It got like a wet fart smell to it. Like stank. And then I've been trying to get Jay Tuck on. Wait. Then we start hearing about he might not even play to December, late in January. Man, that is womp. That's wet fart for real. Wet fart. I'm telling you. Boy say Dallas Playboy say sounds like mine at night, bro. Yeah, wet fart. Very wet fart, bro. That's wet fart, bro. Like, that don't smell right, dog. Something ain't smelling too. Yeah, right. Sadiq will say billionaires do not think like that. They only think about doing it less for less. Right. Nobody go in the bathroom for 30 to 45 minutes. Exactly. Wet fart. So, like, I'm really, And that's why I asked this question. See, some people tease on their thumbnails. I be dead serious on mine. I don't tease y'all. If they listen, are the Dallas Cowboy fans getting played with Odell Beckham? Cause this got a wet fart smell. Man, all right, we got the phones on, bro. Y'all call in before I talk about how to fix Anthony Brown. My boy say that's nasty. Hey, bro, Montana, that ain't nasty. You be doing that yourself, bro. When you be by yourself, you be sounding just like that, bro. Don't be talking about this nasty, but you be chilling, man. You do just like we all do, man. We be reading anything that's available. We'll just pick up any magazine and just be, you know what I'm saying, sit in the bathroom. And you know me, I get naked sometimes when I be in the bathroom. Like, I get comfortable. I get just full butt naked and and be reading anything that's available. All right, man, we got these phone lines on, bro. You call in or I'm gonna go to the next point. Y'all know how I do. I ain't gonna sit here and just wait all that. That boy say that's diarrhea. Yeah, bro. Sometimes, yeah, we all get that too, Montana. Yes. Yes. Don't act like you don't have that, Montana. Montana, come on, bro. But tell the truth. Don't this got that wet fart smell to it? And see, listen, when it's a wet fart, it stink. All right, we got a call, man. All right, let's take a call real quick. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's up, boss? It's Marshall.
What's up? Let's get it, bro. What's up?
What's going on, man? I saw John Cena Anderson tweet this morning, and once I read that first tweet, I had a little bit of hope that we were going to get OBJ, but I once read that tweet, like you said, it would sound like too much like Stephen Jones, and he still want to, lowball free agent. So I didn't give my hopes up on OBJ. I kind of knew we wasn't going to get him, and James Washington was on the way.
Yeah, man, I agree, bro. What else you got?
What else I didn't hear.
I said, what else you got?
So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Appreciate the call, big bro.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, and see, I think a lot of us kind of starting to catch up to it. You know, because I talked to the landlord. I talked to Jay Tuck. I talked to West Coast. I even tried to call a couple of other social media YouTubers today. I called Okoye, I called Sky, I called a couple of different people because I just wanted to just, talk ball. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to really kind of get a feel of the thought process on this from, different people that I respect. And I obviously respect y'all, but I've been really, getting, and I just think the more and more, especially the content creators, I'm starting to see a lot of us, we starting to kind of walk away from it now for different reasons. You know what I mean? And that's what's most impressive is that different people are starting to walk away from it because Jay Tuck was like, end of December? Bro, hell no. Jay Tuck had me rolling. I was crying. I said, bro, I got to get you on the show. We got to talk about that, man. We going to get on the show, me and Tuck at one point. But real talk, end of December? Bro, that's crazy, dog. But anyway, I still got the phone lines open before I get into this film breakdown. I want to give y'all a chance to call on in. Let me show the number again. It is 213-205-9022. So go ahead and call on in if you want to get in on a freestyle. And it don't have to be about OBJ. When we say freestyle is whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk about Mike McCarthy, Anthony Brown, Curse, Tyron Smith, moving, coming back, and freestyle is about what y'all want to talk about. So and then I just go back and forth. So I still got the call lines open for 5 more seconds, and then I'm gonna just get to how to fix Anthony Brown. All right. And I'm gonna really just talk about what I see going on with Anthony Brown from me playing the position. Oh, there it is. Let me take this call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Oh, what's good, man? What's good, big homie?
What's up, Amp? What you got, big dog?
Man, look here. Odell Beckham Jr. is selling a dream. I repeat, Odell Beckham Jr. is selling a dream. See, when you look at, in recent times, athletes, especially what you would call your skill athletes who have been injured and trying to get back in the game, trying to get back on with the team, a lot of times what they do in the technology era that we're in, they post heavy videos. We haven't seen a whole lot of that from OBJ. So what that smells like to me is he is hiding or protecting or omitting something because he doesn't want that exposure. Now, granted, he knows he's going to have to come in and, do a workout with a team. And it's possible, since everything is already mapped out, the date and the time, he may get shot up, et cetera, whatever. So he can do what he needs to do in front of the team for them 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour for that workout. And he is, because this is the thing, if you were like super confident in yourself, you would say, man, I'll work it out for the rest of the year and we can go from there. But the fact that he's really, we keep hearing, one thing we keep hearing is he's pushing a long-term deal, screams to me that he's unsure about the security of his own body. So, like you said, it smells funny, and I'm thinking he can hope, or he's hoping and pushing that he can get a long-term deal so that, God forbid, whatever happens, if it happens, he's still good. But, yeah, and then going back to what Steven said, bro, we said this the other day, man. Appears, right?
Appears.
If I'm wrong, didn't Philly pull something like this a while back where they basically tried to get us to overbid or overplay for somebody we were trying to acquire?
You would have to name. I can't remember. You would have to name the player that they tried this with.
I mean, it smells like them. It definitely smells like them, but yeah, it just, when you said it, but right before you said what Coach Mars had said, you and Coach Mars had talked about earlier, when I really started pondering on it, I was like, bro, we trying to get it. We trying to, because think about it. You've only heard about 3 teams, right?
Yeah.
You trying to get the Bills to overpay. Who gives a damn about them, right?
Right. You don't care what they do.
Giants to overpay. You put it to your division foe and get them to overpay for somebody so you could feel good about yourself.
Yeah. You played them. You played them. Notice where he going first. New York. And then we say, we need to be quiet. We need to be quiet. After you've been talking for a month.
Yeah, like, nah, man.
Nah.
Bro, and I
went for it.
Like, boy, second runner-up for best moonwalk in the world outside of the late great Michael Jackson.
Right.
So second runner-up is Stephen Jones, man. He moonwalked so quick up out of that.
Right.
I'm like, damn, boy. Just last week, you was what the song say about a week ago?
It was all good just a week ago. It was all good. Everybody was talking a week ago. Now it's, we need to be quiet.
Happened? Did you have some bad Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, what?
You got the bubble cut?
What's the smell?
What is it?
What is that smell?
You stinky now?
What?
I told you not to eat that damn stuffing.
Man, what you eat? Because you different, bro. Now you don't want to talk about it. This is...
No. What happened?
You done ran this price up for a whole month. Now it's around the time we need to kind of,
And then think about this. We ain't heard. Excuse my mouth. We ain't heard a damn thing about James Washington in about 12 weeks. But all of a sudden, we're getting ready to put him on his 21 day to return. And you sacrificed Terrell Basham in the process, man. Get
Don't
out
get
of
me
here.
started on that. Don't get me started. I ain't gonna even talk about that.
They know James Washington ain't ready. That matter of fact, James Washington might be late December, early January sometime, right? Because what's 21 days from now? 21
No,
days
they
from
say
now
no.
is gonna put
They
you
say
maybe
he
right
ready.
before the Philly game.
No, they say he ready.
You really want to try and incorporate another receiver by then? Come on, man. You just doing this because, the untrained, the uneducated fans, they making room. They going ahead and making room for OBJ early. When in reality, on the surface, it looks like it might be James Washington, but truth be told, it's probably Tyron Smith. Let's just be honest. Let's keep it all the way funky.
All the way funky.
Funky is the word of the day, man. If it looks like, sounds like, and definitely smells like it's funky, it probably is.
It probably
need to go ahead.
is.
Matter of fact, anybody at this point, I'm going to just go ahead and put this disclaimer out there. Anybody at this point who has anything in their refrigerator remotely close or related to Thanksgiving dinner, go ahead and throw it out. I know you spent your hard-earned money. I know you spent your hard-earned time buying, cooking, prepping that food, but it is done and it is over with. It's bad. It's spoiled. And at this point, if you attempt to serve it to anybody, be prepared for the civil repercussions to follow. Just like this situation here, because we go ahead and get this man now. We spend this money. We set aside these assets for this man, and then we turn around and get burnt. We gonna be the ones left smelling like boo-boo. Boss Cowboy, go ahead and get back to the content, bro. I'm ready to look at this film for AB. We can go ahead and put OBJ to bed, man. It's a done deal.
Bet, let's get it, big dog. Appreciate that, man. That was Elp, man. You know Elp be blessing us. I'm surprised Coach Marv ain't called yet. He usually first. But me and Coach Marv done already talked about this. So he probably like, boss, I know what you gonna talk about. I ain't calling in today. We always love to hear from you, Coach, though. So let's talk about Anthony Brown, right? Because, obviously I want to kind of give y'all the case on why I really do feel like we could be getting played. Now, this could be serious, but, just to be honest, this definitely got some funny, weird smells to it. Like, it's outside of what we do, right? Like, all of us know patterns and observe patterns, we do. And that pattern, this just don't smell right. Just keeping it real. All right. But going back to, solutions, because Anthony Brown has been obviously somebody, that's been getting attention lately. And I will say, let me take this super chat real quick, but I will say, as I get ready for this super chat, that there have been about 4 games, especially lately, to where he's been trending in the wrong direction. And we're going to talk about it. And it's been different. So let me take this super chat real quick. He say, my boy, Common Sense, he said, Washington, Callaway, Tyron, and Tack appears to be help, or whatever Stephen Jones said, Odell not coming. I really don't think he's coming either. The only way that he coming is he gonna have to be so dirt cheap. Stephen Jones, all them numbers that been floating out there, the 20 million, he sure ain't giving them Gallup money. It ain't gonna be no Gallup money. And I really believe Dallas wanted to be last. Dallas, like, get your offers. And me and Coach talked about this today. He said, man, Coach is like, last? You the last one to visit? I say, yeah, last is good, but risky. Like, so last is good because at least now you know what the other offers are, and you can now get what I call the last rights of refusal, right? So basically you can look at the offers and say, nah, we not gonna match that. Go ahead and take that deal with Buffalo or New York. We refuse it, right? But at least now you know, because you allowed those other teams to put their offers out there. But the risky thing is this: whenever you let a talent, right, go to another building before you give them a chance to be very aggressive to close him. Very aggressive, because I was recruited very heavily before, and some of us, we would love the college so much that we visit that we would commit, and them coaches would sit there and try to get you to commit, and they would be pressuring the hell out of you. Well, I know you enjoyed it, man. We had you all in, I'm gonna just be honest, we had you all in the strip club, man, you know, and you loved the city. It looked like you had a good chance. The facilities are nice. It's no reason why you shouldn't sign here, man. We got your jersey number, everything that you want. We just need you to commit. And I've been there where I'm heavily recruited, where you got to look these coaches in their face and you feeling that pressure, and you got to say, I want to take some more visits before I decide. And it's many times I committed and then turned down my commitment because I felt the pressure of being in that moment, having to make a decision on this certain university, you know? So imagine it on a much higher level with the NFL. Like he said, he going to Buffalo first. Man, they finna kick it if he come in enough time. Him and Von Miller go have a good time. Von Miller finna try to show him the best parts of Buffalo. Believe that. He go try to make him feel right at home. He go lay it all. He go have it laid for him. He could be like, bro, don't sleep on Buffalo. I know you coming from Cali and I know you coming from New York. They go lay it out for him. You know what I'm saying? So when they lay it out for an athlete, it's risky to the Cowboys, because who's to say Odell might not get an offer that blows him away, and he said, I ain't gonna even go to Dallas because I already know their initial offer and I know how they play ball. I'm gonna go ahead and sign right now. So last, and we the last visit, fart smell. It got a funny. I'm not saying it. The more and more I think about it. All right, so going back to this Anthony Brown though, and how to fix him. All right, so, and we gonna go through some film. All right, and please make sure, Rodney, I appreciate that, man. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. See, this right here, my boy Rodney say, share to multiple Dallas Cowboy Facebook groups. Man, I appreciate that. That is how to do the work. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That is how to do the work, man, is spread this type of content. Because a lot of people don't, you know, kind of read the tea leaves like we do as content creators in this space. I think we real good at it, especially this channel. I think I read the tea leaves probably better than anybody doing this, just to be honest. Not bragging, but I know what I do well. I got us another super chat real quick. My boy M say, if we're aspiring to be more physical team, where does Odell fit into that equation? I don't see the fit. I was really trying to give it thought too. I don't see the fit with the question you just asked. I don't. It don't fit. It more so look like we not trying to be physical, making a move like this. You know, just to be honest. Now remember, I also told y'all there's a way that I would be open for Odell at the right price. Because at first, obviously, I wasn't at all. So I already told you that in the beginning of the show why I would be interested. But going back to Anthony Brown. So with Anthony Brown being very polarizing, right? very polarizing, and most of it was brought about him. So I want to go through some things that I feel like will fix him. All right. So first, let me cue up this film. Y'all give me 1 second. All right. Let me get this old film all ready, and we go we go break this down, dog. All right, here we go. And I'm gonna talk about this from a technique standpoint. All right. So here we go. So looking at Anthony Brown, one thing that's pretty obvious is this is absolutely man coverage. And a couple of things give it away. First of all, how Diggs is playing strong inside. Okay. When corners are playing strong and taking away the inside, that's an indication that they have no help. Okay. Which makes you know likely it's man. Another indicator is the single high safety. Okay. And how far Curse is in the box. He deep down in the box. Okay. So all of this is indicators of man coverage. Now, and the beautiful, so we know it's man. This wasn't cover 3, this was man. So now that we know what the coverage is, we see that Anthony Brown first started bailing out. And he's at a good depth right now. Has a good controlled back pedal. But what I love is he turns perfectly. I mean perfect turn. He's in good position, running stride for stride, and he's already turned to look for the ball. All it is so far, I would give him an A. Perfect. He's in perfect position. So, because I hear a lot of people say, if he just get his head around, it's like, some of y'all just saying what you hear. Like, if you really looking at it, he been getting his head around all year. But what's really going on is right here is where he struggles. And this is what you call attacking the ball. He's in literally perfect position. I mean, perfect. You can't be in no better position than this. And I'm telling you, as an ex-corner, it had nothing to do with him not getting his head around or nothing. He literally was perfect. Technique was perfect. He turned properly. He didn't let him eat up his cushion. He was under control in his back pedal. He wasn't panicking. Like a very smooth, under control back pedal. Perfect turn. He's on the upfield shoulder. That's what you want. You want your corner playing exactly where he is. Hold on, let me take this super chat real quick. So we just breaking down this technique real quick. My boy say, Tess, AB doesn't get physical and press, plays a lot of trail technique and has a hard time following the ball equals spurting, but he can be fixed. Yeah, and we gonna talk about that physical, because I've been hearing that a lot too, because it's some assumptions being made on physicality, and we gonna talk about that, all right? But he's in perfect position. And the main thing that I like is he turned his head early, which is showing that he trusts his speed. So up until this point, I'm giving him all A's. He is in literally perfect position, bro. And he jumped over his head and took the ball away. And so that is what's called being weak at the point of attack or attacking the football. So here's another angle where you can see it. In perfect position. Perfect. The ball is down. His head is back. Hold on real quick, Coach Marv. I knew you was coming. Coach Marv, he might be late, but he always coming. Coach Marv say Byron Edwards, the receiver released by Atlanta, would give us a bigger, more physical receiver for our identity, like what happened with Anthony Brown on big wide receivers. Yeah. And yeah, Coach been doing a lot of homework on different receivers that could be better assets to put to than Odell Beckham. All right, hold on. Let me go back to that, man. All right, going back to this film. Appreciate that super chat too, Coach. So, but he's in perfect position. And to be honest, this is not even about being bigger. This is about being skilled on being able to track the ball. This is about Anthony Brown in this particular play is he lost based on tracking the ball. So this is the deal, and I'm gonna talk about how to fix him. Like, so that somebody came in earlier and was like, "Boss, when are you gonna learn? When are you gonna learn you can't fix him?" Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, what you think coaches are for? Like, and then he played good last year, which means it's some redeemable qualities in him. All right, so it just, we can't trade him. The team is what it is. So if he gonna be out there, the most important thing is to talk about how to fix him, because he wasn't in bad position. I mean, you want me to lie on him and tell the truth? This ain't burned. Is this burned? Some people, he's burnt toast, bro. This is not burned, bro. This is step for step, stride for stride, looking at the ball. Literally everything perfect until the ball came down. So I'm not gonna lie on Anthony Brown because I'm mad at him. I'm gonna still tell the truth on his technique. Up until the ball came down, he was literally perfect. Just keeping it real. Perfect. All right. That boy said AB is good cake with bad icing. All right. Chanel White say, "Boss, you right. I won't say those things in regards to ABA more. I feel AB is not playing up the part he needs to fix when he turns his head. When the receiver turns his head, he is not turning his." I told you people say that a lot. And I'm showing y'all on the film that his head is turned. And he been turning his head all year. Like, no, he is turning his head, and I'm showing you with the film, his head is fully turned around. And he turned it around early. He didn't even, let me show you one more time. He didn't turn around late. He turned around early. Look, he perfectly transitions from a back pedal to a sprint with no hesitation. Perfect technique. Perfect. When I say perfect, listen, this is perfect, bro. This, I would be like loving it if I was his coach right now. All the way until the ball came down, I would be like, bro, you was right there. So, but look when he turned his head. He turned his head. His head is already turned. It's right there. He turned his head. The ball, he's at the 25. The ball don't come down to the 3. From the 25 to the 3, his head was turned. So it's not head turn. That's the problem. Just keeping it real. If we really breaking down a technique, it's not about him turning his head. It's about him tracking the ball. So how do you fix this? How do you fix this? First of all, you fix it a couple of ways. First of all, Anthony Brown needs to do his own work. This is when you struggle with tracking the ball, and listen, I'm telling you as a person who played corner, okay? Tracking the ball is harder for corners because we don't catch fades every day for practice. We don't, okay? So like, it's almost like, try to think of it like this. Why do you think Deion Sanders was so cold at interceptions? Why? I'm gonna just ask that question. I want to see y'all answers. I ain't even give you the answer. I want to see y'all answer. Why was Deion Sanders so cold at tracking the ball in the interceptions? I'm waiting. I want to see y'all answer too. I'm gonna give y'all a second to answer. Montana said his wide receiver skills, attributes. Yep, you close, but it came from something. Yep, Mucho Boom hit it. Mucho Boom, you hit it perfectly. Perfectly. This is the answer. Baseball. Baseball is why Dion was so cold at track. Because what are you doing in baseball every day? And that baseball is coming at you faster. So your eye and your hand-eye coordination over time start learning how to high point balls. Because you doing it every day. Learning the sport. And I'm going to tell y'all, the people, and I learned this from being around real killer ball. I played with a dude named Malik Ledbetter. Ooh, that boy ball skills was ice. Him and my partner Baki Magruder played for U of H. I'm talking about them boys' hands was nasty. Caught everything. And they was DBs. They used to compete against each other when we used to be doing ball drills. They used to be like, I'm catching today everything one-handed. And they would do it and be laughing. Like, I mean, I coach throwing it hard at them and they catching stuff one hand. And they was DBs. But guess what? They was also first baseball players. So the only way you get better at tracking is tracking. You got to get out there by yourself, Anthony Brown, with Dak Prescott or a backup quarterback, and you need to become the receiver. I'm telling y'all how to fix this. For real. You need to, because if you look at the technique, it was perfect. Let me show it from a better angle. And I'm talking about how to really fix it. See, it's right here he need to fix it. Right. He was a center. Yeah. So like he honestly, he should have intercepted it. Really. So he got to literally on his own. Cause see, I see some of y'all saying Al Harris should be all over this. That's true. But see, I'm gonna tell y'all the dilemma for Coach Harris, right? And I know this from playing corner, right? The dilemma for Coach Harris is he's working with a group of corners and DBs. So he can't give AB specialized attention. He can't, because he coaching the whole group every day at practice. So, like for instance, when the receivers, because before we did 7-on-7 and team drills and all that type of stuff, all of us always broke into our own groups. So the corners went here, the safeties went to a certain place, the receivers went to a certain place. The receivers, every time, the first drill that they would work on was catching deep balls. Every time. So they tracking. That's all they doing all day is tracking. The first thing they do is learning how to get under that ball. And they do it all day just like baseball players. That's why receivers are usually better at attacking the ball, because they do it so much. But see, as a corner, I'm telling y'all what's happening with Anthony Brown. He not getting the tracking work that he needs at practice. You got to get good. You got to do it yourself, because when his coach Harris is working with him, when all the receivers are doing their fade drills where they catching deep balls, my coaches will be like, all right, all of us go have to work on our plants. We go work on our turns. We go work on our press. We go work on tackling. See, we was working on defensive stuff. Yeah, don't get me started on U of H ranked #1 in basketball. Don't give me, I'm rocking my Cougars today too, big dog. You know I'm rocking my Cougars, bro. Yes, sir. We are ranked #1, bro. 5 Slammer Jammer is back, dog. And my boy M said Diggs would have snagged it. Yup. But see, M, what was Diggs, right? What was Diggs, and what makes Diggs so natural at attacking the ball? I ain't talking to you, El, but I'm just talking to everybody else when I say just think about it. What made Diggs so good at attacking the ball? He was an ex-receiver. He played receiver more than he played corner up into Alabama. You gotta practice this, bro. Just keeping it real. If you don't do your own drill, bro, the first time I ran into Everson Walls was at the airport. And I asked him, I said, because I didn't even know Everson background. I said, this was before Diggs went crazy on his interceptions. And last year, I met him right before the season started. And I said, Mr. Walls, I said, what's going to get our corners to get interceptions like you used to? He said, man, I used to play receiver. I said, oh. He said, so in my mind, when that ball was in the air, it was mine. Which is also getting to part 2 on how to fix Anthony Brown. I don't know if Coach Harris is doing this, but I can tell you what we go through when we in these situations. So let me tell you the thinking of a corner when we in these situations and how to fix it, okay? I'm gonna give you the whole mind state of a corner. When you are around this point, okay? This is what you could be thinking based on how you're coached, all right? What a corner is usually thinking is, don't let this dude catch the ball. And to be honest, that's the wrong thinking. You do not want to be thinking, how do I stop him from catching this ball? The right thing to be actually thinking is, oh, I'm in perfect position. I'm finna snag it. And I'm gonna tell y'all, so if a coach is always, don't let him catch it, don't let him catch it, you will lose the ball in the air because you're thinking about as the ball is coming down. And I'm telling you from being in this situation of being attacked, right? I was a corner that got attacked. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I played the position. My boy Landlord say, I'm Pierce versus AB. I liked him coming out. He said, hold on. He said, I'm eyeballs Pierce versus AB. I liked him coming out. I'm not understanding that, Landlord. Write that out so I can understand it. I want to make sure I understand what you're saying right there, Big Dog, so I can address your super chat. Coach Mars say, want the ball over the fear of the catch. Yep. See, that's how to coach them. That's exactly how you want to coach. And you want to free up your DBs to know it's okay if they make the catch. I just want you going for it. You know what I'm saying? That's how. I don't know how he's being coached, but if I was coaching him, I would say, bro, listen, if you're in this situation, I don't care about you trying to stop him from catching it. I want you to catch it. I want you to go for the big play. That's what I want. Trying to bat it down and see this is listen, I hate this more than anything. When I see DBs, he didn't catch it. I stopped him from catching it. I stopped him, y'all. I hate it when they do that. Attack the ball. Go get it. And see, that's the difference, honestly, between Diggs and Anthony Brown. When Diggs is in this situation, Diggs is thinking, oh, I'm finna go get this. That's my ball. You threw that to me. But when you thinking, don't let him catch it. Don't, please, Scott. Don't catch it, please. You lose the ball. Because you thinking about him and not thinking about the ball. And I'm telling you from being in that position. I played it. I was all American corner. I wasn't no scrub. I was cold. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, I know what they thinking as the ball is on its way down. I've been right there. And those who play corner, y'all feeling me. Anybody that's watching this channel right now that played any secondary position is feeling me right now. They like, yup. If you've been in this situation to where Anthony Brown is, you know what I'm saying is true. Just keeping it real. So we gonna talk about some other ways to fix this too, because it's a lot of different ways. So as a coach, you want to free up your athletes and let them know, bro, listen, I'm cool with you making a mistake. I just want you being aggressive. I don't want you thinking stop him. I want you thinking that's my ball. Now, if he make a super play on you, I would live with it. But I want you jumping up and going to get it. I don't want you thinking, okay, the ball is on its way down. I need to stop him. No, that's yours, dog. That ball is yours. Go get it. God has gifted you with a big play. Be the star. Yeah, and listen, one of my friends who played corner, he was talking about how he was freed mentally because his coach told him that in the NFL. He's an analyst right now for FX1. Played corner for U of H. One of the fastest corners ever at U of H. Dude, he ran a 4.2. Yeah, and he told me, he said, yeah, boss. He said, my best year in the league was when my coach told me, I don't care if y'all get beat. He said, when my coach told me that, it freed me up. He told him, I don't care. He said, I'm going to be mad if y'all out there looking clumsy. He said, if y'all attacking the ball, I don't care. If you get beat being aggressive attacking the ball, it's on me. I'll take that whooping from the head coach. But y'all not gonna play for me scared. Go get the ball. And when he told him that, it said he played free. It made him more like Diggs to where he started attacking the ball versus don't let him catch it. Don't let him catch it. No, that's your ball. So, but I'm not in the building and I'm not the corner coach, so I don't know what Al Harris is telling them. But if it was me, I would be saying, bro, listen, next time you're in this situation, bro, that was your ball, bro. You was in perfect position. I want you to go get that interception. Get it. And go get you some drills after practice with the quarterback. And I want him to throw you 7 deep balls. And I want you to high point every one of them. I want you to catch every one of them. Or I want you to at least be able to touch the ball at its highest point. That's how I would start my guys. I would be like, no, because you might not have hands, but I at least need to know you can go touch it at its highest point. And I need you to get used to tracking that ball on the way down where you learn how to time the ball. That's exactly why primetime was so good, because think about it. If you're a professional baseball player, do you really feel like that? Just which ball is coming at you faster, a baseball or a football? Man, the game of football was slow motion to prime. I'm just being honest. It was slow motion. Man, prime used to high point everything. That was that baseball. That was that tracking. And listen, that's one. Number 2. This is super fundamental what I'm getting ready to say. Technical and technique wise, AB, you should have leaned on them. Just keeping it real. It's a technique. See, one thing that'll make it hard for receivers to jump over your head is if you putting pressure on them by leaning. You got to lean on them. So if you running like he was, I'm going to show you. See, technique wise, he was perfect, right? But what he didn't do that he should have done, I'm going to show you. All right. So right here, when he commits, right there, when he turns, you got to lean into the receiver. Right there. You literally got to run and lean on him. What do you mean? When I'm saying lean, you got to run and lean right into him as you running. Because what you doing, and I'm telling you this because I used to do this all the time, especially when you know they fast. When they fast, if you want to stop their momentum, don't just free run, because now you're making it a track meet. You gotta stop their momentum with a bump. Boom, lean into them as you running. Now he did everything right. He turned for the ball, but he should have leaned on him. I used to do it all the time. And because now what you're doing, if you don't put no kind of body weight on him, you give him space to make plays on you. Right, Landlord said it best, because Landlord was an ex-receiver. And he talking from a receiver standpoint. So I love how you just said this, Landlord, knocking them off their route. Exactly. So technique-wise, everything was perfect in terms of his turn, stride for stride, running with him, looking for the ball. All of that was perfect, but to Landlord's part, he never knocked him off his route. And we ain't talking about flagrant. I'm just telling you as an ex-corner what techniques to use in this type of situation. You lean on. And then, because if you own him and you knocking him off his route, and I ain't talking about being flagrant, just like as you running with him, you hit him with a quick bump, boop, and you running. Just that bump makes it hard for him to gather his feet to jump. You see what I'm saying? You know, just that bump, just that boop as you running, it makes him harder for him to gather himself and get over your head because you knocked him off his balance. Yeah, and Landlord, bro, I'm telling you all my techniques, bro. I swear to God. I'm telling you all the stuff I used to do, bro. Like, yeah, you gotta be slick, which comes to my next point, Landlord, and everybody else that's listening. If Anthony Brown is gonna play a little bit better on these type of plays, to Landlord's point, he need to cheat. What? Boss, what? Yeah, I said what I said. Cheat. He need to cheat. He don't cheat. I used to cheat. Cheat. And see, Landlord know what I'm talking about. Because he obviously played. Damn. I got rid of the. Hold on, man. I was trying to show you. Let me get my boy Landlord comment in here. Because I like having these discussions with former receivers, because we talk about how to counter each other. We talk about the plans and how to set each other up. You know what I mean? This is just part of the game, bro. We going to talk about how to cheat, though. Because give me a sec. I got to get my boy Landlord. Because I like what he just said. It's good. My boy said, yeah. He said corners got to be slick. Hold on real quick. Let me get this in here. Yeah. See, I know from this comment. See, notice, just keeping it real. Diggs was frustrated. Not Diggs. CeeDee Lamb was frustrated with that corner because he was being dirty the whole game. That corner he was going against, even though he was a backup, he was one of the best cheaters. Boy, he was pulling CeeDee Lamb so smooth you couldn't even see it. And that's what I mean by cheat. So this is what you do. Damn, boy, I'm tripping today. Get it right, boss. All right, here we go. This is what I mean by cheat. This is a technique that I used to do when I was in this position. So not just the lean. You know another thing you're supposed to do? And I'm being honest. Don't be mad at me, but I'm going to tell the truth. Hit him. So when I will be running, and if you was right beside me as the ball was coming down, see, because think about it. When you running, your arms are moving like this. You could hit them in stride where the ref won't see it. I used to do it all the time. So if you, if you right, like let's say if you running with me right here, and I'm running, I'm gonna hit you, bop, and they won't see it. Just, bop. But you gotta do it in stride. You can't do it where you flagrant like, yeah. Now you gotta do it like, bop. It's like you couldn't even see it. Watch. You know what I'm saying? Bop. You just hit them. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to knock them off their balance as the ball coming down. So, and then it works better when you looking at the ball. Because the refs would say, oh, he ain't doing that on purpose. But I did. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm looking for the ball and I hit him. Bam! You know what I'm saying? And I hit him. Yeah! So the three things that he need to do: lean in that position, work on tracking drills, and cheat. And see, Alabama, my boy landlord laughing because this is real. This is exactly what, and I know you got some cheating techniques. It's cheating techniques on both sides. Straight up. It's cheating techniques on both. One of the best things I saw Diggs do, cheating. Diggs. Do y'all remember Jefferson was trying to push off? And my boy Diggs grabbed him by his arm. I say, ooh, that's some high level cheating. Because how many times have we seen receivers get away with that push off and score a touchdown on you? And then you crying to the ref, he pushed me, ref, he pushed me. Diggs is like, nah. Jefferson tried to push off, Diggs grabbed him. Smooth. Jefferson tried to push off, he said, nah, you ain't getting no separation, dog. Ooh, I was like, boy, that's some high level cheating right there. Because I know what I'm looking at as a corner. Like, whenever receivers used to try to push off on me, I pulled at the same time. I never got a flag. And when I used to watch film, you could never see it because every time they pushed, I pulled. But see, you can't pull and hold. You got to pull and let go. Because if you pull and let go while they pushing, it causes no separation and you can't even see it. That's what I mean by cheat. You got to cheat, bro. I'm just being honest. If I know you're a receiver that use your hands, especially attacking the ball, I'm going to be just like Diggs. I'm going to grab you. Not flagrant, right? But it's one of those, it's like, nah, I ain't going to let you get that space like that. You going to have to get your space with your feet. I ain't going to let you get space with your arm. Nope. You ain't going to push me to get space. Man, you trying to embarrass me in front of my mama, bro. You crazy. I ain't finna let you be all in the end zone dancing and doing a Hollywood shuffle. You got me, man, no. You gonna have to try somebody else, dog. I mean that too, bro. You gonna have to try somebody else. So, but these are things that he could do in this situation to either get the interception or prevent him from making a big play on him. Leaning on him, cheating. I mean that too, boy. Like, boss, you shouldn't be talking about cheating, bro. You be, man, please. I cheated all day. My boy M said, AB, a married man. He forgot how to cheat. For real, that's how he play, bro. Dog, you gotta cheat, bro. It's part of the game, bro. I put it like this. I only had 2 touchdowns caught on me my whole career, and both of them was in high school. I had no touchdowns caught on me my whole college career. I was a fantastic cheater, bro. Fantastic. All right. The next thing that I believe that will fix AB and just make AB better. Okay, we gonna go through some more film too. I'm gonna show y'all some more stuff too. Competition. Competition. That'll fix AB. What you mean, boss? What fixed him last year? You got your best year. Okay, let's talk about competition. Because I always talk about competition Tuesdays. Let's talk about it one more time. Just a little bit. Remember what we was all saying about Schultz? Schultz can't block. Schultz, he can run routes, but he can't block for nothing, but especially Coach Marv. He be giving up that backside, boss. I can't stand Schultz on that block, and he's horrible, but Coach be, whoo. What is Schultz doing this year, though?
Yoga fire.
And why? Oh, Schultz blocking now. What happened? Why is he now doing what he has never done? That's why. Why did Zeke come back last week and look like 2016 Zeke? Competition. Pollard need to start. Pollard need to start. Pollard, forget Zeke. Zeke washed up. Zeke, we need to fire Zeke. Zeke overpaid. Zeke trash. Zeke. What'd he do? He heard the noise. Came out to shut us up. Hold on, let me take this super chat real quick. My boy said, do you think Micah Parsons break the sack record this year? It's gonna be hard. He can, but he got to get him. I'm waiting on him to have a 4-sack game. That's what I'm waiting on. I said this year he gonna have a 4-sack game, so I'm still waiting on him to have a 4-sack game. If he go break that record, he need to get back on track with a 4-sack game. You know what I'm saying? This should be a good opportunity for him to get a 4-sack game too versus the Colts, especially if we can get ahead of them. If we can get in front of them and make that type of quarterback start passing, yeah, it's gonna be open season, bro. It's gonna be open season. So, to answer your question, appreciate the super chat, big dog. Oh, let's talk about this too. Listen, this is real by Day Walker, and I want to talk about this too, because I've been saying this a lot. Let's talk about this. He say, boss on the cool. I think AB need help over the top. OCs is staying away from Diggs. If we shake their safety over the top, they will. Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, because I've been hearing that a lot. We're gonna talk about. He said they would throw at Diggs, then the interceptions would come. Okay, so this is what makes that concept so hard. Okay, so first, when we look at, I'm gonna show y'all something. So first of all, Malik Hooker is playing the center field, and what he's supposed to do is break on the ball, right? And so right there, Malik Hooker, before Jones even let that ball out his hands, Malik Hooker is already, oh, y'all can't see that. I need to fix it. Well, he was already turned and running. Okay. So actually, and I'm just being honest, Anthony Brown was getting help. The problem is your safety doesn't have the range to get there. And I'm just being honest. So he on his way, but that's why 40 times are important. Just keeping it real. And anticipation. So I'm showing y'all that Malik Hooker was helping him. But the only way Malik could get there a little bit better, to your point, Day Walker, he would have to literally cheat over there, which then will be messing with the integrity of the defense, in which, as an assignment, he's supposed to break on the ball. So, in a lot of these, from an assignment standpoint, I hear, yeah, he need help with a safety, but to be honest, you gotta have the safeties who got the speed and the range to actually do it. This is honestly why, and I want y'all to remember something. This is also why Donovan Wilson is very underrated on his range ability, because it was a couple of years he played more free than strong and more single high than in the box. Now, a lot of people didn't know that. You had to actually go look up his percentages of snaps and where he played, and you will see Donovan Wilson played a lot of free. And I want y'all to remember, I'm gonna probably have to go pull up his film on this and show y'all this. His range was excellent. He would help Diggs a lot because he, like Malik Hooker, would take off before the quarterback even threw the ball. But he had the range to actually get over there to help that corner. So from a concept standpoint, y'all right. But it's also about having the guy back there that can actually do the concept that y'all talking about. And that's just keeping it real. Is you got to have the right guy back there. And honestly, the range with the amount of surgeries that Malik Hooker done had at this point, he likely can't run like he used to. Okay, just keeping it real. Where from a schematic standpoint, we would do better putting him in the box versus playing back there as a free. Just keeping it real. All right. So I just wanted to address that and talk about that schematically real quick. And then I want to show some more film on Anthony Brown, just on how to fix him. Okay. So we was talking about competition, right? Because that helped Zeke. It helped Schultz. Me and Coach Marv was talking today, and he said, man, I hate that Odell Beckham talk because I think it's a distraction. And I was like, Coach, I actually think it's good. And he was like, what you mean? I said, Coach, our receivers had their best game. And it was after the nose of Odell Beckham. I think it pissed them off. Just keep it real. In a good way. Because I said this the other day. As a receiver, I'm being honest, I would have took it personal when the playmaker said, these receivers can win a Super Bowl, but with Odell Beckham, you can become a dynasty. As a competitor, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I would have said. Well, who you think we are? You think we some chumps? I would have took that personal. I would have been like, okay, I gotta show these people we don't need Odell Beckham. Like, I'm cool with it having him, but y'all not gonna be like, we just good enough to win a Super Bowl, but we not good enough for a dynasty. We finna show you dynasty. Why you think Michael Gallup was pulling down everything? It didn't matter where Dak threw it. Dak could have threw it all the way in the stands. Gallup was going to get it. That's that talk of Odell Beckham, i.e. competition. So what can you do to Anthony Brown to bring out the best? Well, Dewar brought out the best last year. When you drafted Kelvin Josephs in the second round, he already knew I got a ball. Competition. Because they drafted a premium corner, big dog. You don't draft no corner that ran a 4.28, a freak athlete like this dude, and then that don't send a message that we looking to, because we know we didn't get him to replace Diggs. Right, Cole, thank you. Maybe not as long as you said, but it's a degree of this. I think Cole hit it. Hit that pun? I would say not for a game. For the first series. Yeah. Give him a little bit of that old wood. Some splinter in that butt. Some splinter in that butt. Sit your butt, Anthony Brown, on that wood. And it's not disrespecting him. It's to motivate him. Because Anthony Brown showed last year when they put that heat on him by drafting premium corners, he responded. Some of these guys, you got to give them a reminder that we like you, but we don't favor you, dog. We like you, but we will bench you, dog. Yeah. So if you trying to motivate them, sit them down. Yeah. Coach them up and just come up to them and say, hey, man, this week we go start the game off with Kevin Joseph. We go give him the first 2 series. Then we go rotate it back to you. We got to work in some of these young guys. Oh, okay, coach. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because you trying to replicate what got him going the last time. It was the competition. Just keeping it real. So let's go back to the film. See, because I'm very serious on how to fix these balls. I don't be playing. That's why that first comment pissed me off when that dude came in here like, boss, when you gonna realize you can't fix him? It's like, bro, nah, bro. First of all, you talking to an ex-corner, bro. My coaches used to tell me to coach the other corners, bro. Real talk. My coach used to say, boss, what you... No, they call me by my real name. Marcus, how can we fix this corner? Because that's to always break it down right, bro. I was a real student. I wasn't no dumb jock. I was a real football head. I could break down technique just like my coach because I listened to him that intently. I knew all the technical nuances of my position. And I could tell you why you getting beat. I could tell you everything about it. Boss, when you gonna realize, man, you play corner, bro? Man, hold on, man. Yeah, and then I'm actually in this to make him better. It's not about, because I know we want to just whoop on players sometimes. That's how he suck, he trash, he garbage, he vomit, he boo-boo, he wet fart. We just want to vomit and vent and cry. Hey, he trash, he got, he. Shut up, man. I'm trying to hear all that. We trying to solve problems, bro. We ain't trying to be no crybabies. What's the ways to make him better? I ain't got time to be. He trash, he boo boo, he got, he. Shut up, man. Got time for all that, bro. Let's be grown right now. We ain't got time for that, bro. Let's talk about how to really make our guy better, dog. Especially when we saw him get better last year. Now, I can see if he never got better, but damn, he did get better, dog. Like, for real. And if he got better, how we gonna get you back better? I'm just keeping it real, bro. Maybe I keep it too real. Maybe I need to be like my boy Law. He's so nice and professional. I feel like, man, I be shooting. Some of y'all get on my nerves, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man.
Bruh.
Finish him.
Boy, y'all get them on sometimes, bro. Like I said before, man, I love the Cowboys, but I don't worship these boys. Just keep it real. All right, so let's go into some more film. My boy said, I hope I never hear somebody complain like that, boss. Me too, bro. That's how I be seeing them in my head, too. When I be reading them comments, and they be like, that Anthony Brown, the only thing we need to do is throw his garbage butt in the trash and get rid of him. He's always been dirt and boo-boo. Wet fart. Wet fart. Dang. Wet fart. God dog, bro. Hold on real quick. All right, let me pull up some more film, bro. Because we go break down these plays, and we go also talk about these moments, and we go try to talk about this with some sense, some intelligence. All right, here we go. So let's go back to the film. All right, here we go. All right, so we go look at these big plays, and let me explain something real quick from my perspective. Some of y'all might not agree with this, but I'm gonna just say what I say. I'm gonna just say what I say. I'm gonna keep it real how I keep it real, dog. Cause me and Coach Marv was talking, and see, Coach Marv, he's very underrated in terms of wisdom. Like, we all appreciate him, but he comes with a lot of common sense things. And Coach Marv was like, boss, in that Green Bay game, yeah, they did run the ball on us, but we didn't lose that game because of getting the ball ran on us. It was them big plays. And I said, oh, you right. So we go to look at that. Oh, I love this question. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is a question that I love. And I'm just keeping it real. We gonna talk about this. Great question, Look. My boy Look say, boss, legit question. Do you feel like Boss Man can step up for AB? If that happened, I don't feel Boss Man is that guy either. See, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Yes. And I'm gonna give you my honest opinion of what's going on with Boss Man. Boss Man has been knocked for his preseason practices. We remember him losing a lot in the preseason in the training camps. So because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people that have opinions of Kelvin Joseph, they are not giving their opinions based on film research at this point. So it's feelings and not evidence. Boss, how can you make such a suggestion? And I'm gonna tell you why I know that. Because unless you watching the all 22, you cannot see the downfield matchups. It is true that you say the run game set up big plays. It did. That's true. Anthony H, you right on that. That's right. That is true. We gonna talk about that though. But unless you do that, like, to be honest, we should, before we make any judgments of any one of these guys, look at their film first and make sure that what you think is what you actually see. Okay? I'm gonna say that again. Look at that film first to make sure what you think is what you actually see. Because and I'm telling you, the television copy follows the ball, which follows the quarterback. And if he hands it off, then it follows the running back. But if it's following the quarterback, you cannot see what he is seeing. So, which is saying a lot of people have opinions on Kelvin that's truly not based on his actual film. Because I looked at his film, and I'm gonna tell you, he playing good at corner. Everybody got burned, toasted, but him versus Green Bay. And if it was about the film, it should be heat on Bland. But oh, we like Bland. We love Bland. I would never talk about Bland. You should. If we talking about film and big plays. Because I was going back and forth with people on Twitter, and they was like, Kelvin Joseph was getting burned versus Green Bay. I said, when? And then I figured out what was happening. I'm going to show y'all what happened. All right, so let's go to the film. Let's talk about it. First, we go break down Anthony Brown technique, right? Now, here, this is where his technique was bad. Because first of all, you got to know who you going against. You going against a real burner. So as I break him down, he broke his cushion, but right here, it's already over. Just being honest. Because he should be playing Watson on that upfield shoulder because you dealing with a real burner. Right here, from the start, he already beat. I'm just being honest. Once you let Watson get here, it's about over. It's really over once he there, because now what he doing is called stacking him. Okay, because if you don't play a receiver with this much speed on his upfield shoulder, he's gonna run by you, and worse, he go get in front of you, which is called stacking. Okay, and when they run in front of you, even if you fast, it makes it impossible for you to make a play on the ball unless you go through that receiver. You see why he holding on him now? Because you got a PI because he stacked you. And see, Daywalker played receiver. That's why he feeling me. Daywalker played receiver. So receivers, they know I'm telling the truth, because I know what y'all, I used to study y'all. You know, when I was going against y'all, that's what I studied y'all. I knew what y'all was trying to do, which told me how to play y'all. You see what I'm saying? So he stacked them. That's what happened. The problem is when you get stacked like this, you gotta at least make the tackle. Right? Because he stacked you, which means he's in front of you, right? The only way to make the play is to go through him, which makes it automatic pass interference because you was stacked, meaning he got in front of you, which is good receiver. That's just good receiver play, you know? And you just got to bring him down. Yeah. And Daywalker said this as an ex-receiver. He said, yeah, if I stack you, it's over. It's true. See, yeah. And the only way to stop from being stacked is to play on that upfield shoulder. That's the only way. Especially somebody with speed like what we know Anthony Brown has. So this is about knowing the athlete you're going against and having a plan on how to go against that athlete. So, hold on. Give me a second. Let me get this comment in here. Y'all give me 1 second. I gotta fix this real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Thank y'all for being patient. But I'm really trying to break this stuff down, bro, because I want y'all to understand this stuff. Like, if I break this down, a lot of people go see the game a little bit clearer. They go see it. They gonna know why certain things happen. They gonna be like, oh, he got stacked. Like Daywalker said, if I stacked you, it was over. Cause Daywalker know as an ex-receiver, you might not even be faster. But if I can get in front of you, oh yeah, I can still win, because now you got to run back around me, which the only people that can do stuff like that is people with true elite speed. And see, I don't want to get too technical, but let me go back to this film. Okay. So that's what really happened on this play. Is, to be honest, this is Anthony Brown. Can I just be honest with y'all? This is Anthony Brown not really respecting the scouting report. I'm just being honest. You got to read your scouting report. You got to, because see, when we got scouting reports, we knew everything about the receivers. I knew your whole background. Oh yeah, Jerry Rice perfected it. Oh, Jerry Rice was the best stacker ever. And see, let me talk about that real quick, Daywalker, in terms of stacking with Jerry Rice. People don't even realize Jerry Rice only ran a 4.6. But he was technically perfect against fast receivers. I mean, DBs. He was technically all the time perfect. It was nobody that was better at the nuance of route running like Jerry. In history. I don't think it'll ever be a route runner as good as Jerry. Man, Jerry, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Talking about stack. Anyway, let me go back to this film real quick. The thing that messed up Anthony Brown, I'm just keeping it real. This is where you gotta know the opponent, which then gives you a plan for your technique. It gives you a plan. See, if I'm Anthony Brown and I'm going against Lazard, oh, I can be aggressive. Why? Because I know he only runs a 4.7. I run a 4.3. I'm finna beat up your chest. I'm finna be aggressive with you, because I know even if I make a mistake, I'm going to close that ground because you just a 4-7. So technique-wise, just because I know I'm going against you, I know how to play you based on the scouting report. So you can't play our receivers the same. I'm just keeping it real. That's the problem. Oh man, don't get me started on that Keystone. That boy Keystone, boy, woo. Don't get me started on Sterling. I'm going to say this. A lot of people don't agree with me, but I know I'm right on this. Sterling Sharp is the true receiver GOAT of all time. I'm talking about Shannon Sharp, brother. Boy, you better do your I ain't talking to you, Keystone. I'm talking about everybody else that don't know. You better do your research. Whoo! And I'm telling you, it was nobody that was a perfect route runner. Very fast. But this is the other thing about Sterling that a lot of people was sleeping on. But he was built like a running back. Similar to DJ Moore. So don't get me started on Sterling. Boy, Sterling was cold. Woo! I'm talking about cold. All right, but going back to this technique. All right, so this is more so about knowing your opponent. You know what I'm saying? And having a plan for how to attack them. So if I'm playing press and I'm a 4-3 and I know you're a 4-3, I'm gonna still respect it because I know you might stack me. So I'm gonna more so play you with my feet, and I'm gonna play over top to not allow you to stack me. Now, when you do that, you do give up something. You give up the fade stop. You do. If you play an upfield shoulder. But I'd rather Aaron try to fit it in on a fade stop than to make the big play. So this is more so, and I'm just keeping it real. This is about respect and just being honest. Anthony Brown, you didn't show him respect. You didn't. And you got beat. And that's it. And make the tackle, dog. So let's talk about a couple of more of these big plays because I want to show y'all something that a lot of people getting wrong. So what's actually going on right now is a bracket. Okay? And this is how this works, especially when they line up like this in trips. See, what a lot of teams do, and I'm going to be honest, I think Quinn and them not really doing a good job of preparing their secondary going against receivers sometimes, because I'm going to tell you right now, they should never be on the same level, especially when you got receivers bunched up. Because what they trying to do is they usually trying to run routes that's going to make y'all bump into each other. The way that you prevent that is they all got to be on different levels. So as the routes develop, y'all don't bump into each other. This is simple alignment stuff that can prevent rub routes and pick routes. And it's alignment. It's truly alignment. Now, also with this bracket, what a lot of people don't understand is you also with brackets have to allow the routes to develop. And what happens as they develop, for instance, Kelvin Joseph is going to play man, but he's going to play man to whatever goes outside. Bland is going to play man for whatever goes inside. That's how the bracket is working. And what they did is they put Diggs on Allen Lazard in press, and he go with him everywhere in this particular man coverage. So it's man coverage, but it's a bracket to where you have to allow the routes to develop to know who your man is as the route develops. Okay, so then let's watch it. So now you see what they did. they start going in different directions, right? Right? Because what they was trying to do is get y'all to bump each other. Now, right here, now what you're looking at is Bland matched up against Watson. See, that's a hard matchup for a lot of reasons. Bland is also in the hardest position because the receiver that actually has the most space to work is Christian Watson. And what happens here is he has what's called a two-way, where he can beat you going to the sideline or he can beat you going inside. And I'm telling you what's going on right now. Yeah, patience is the key to brackets. Exactly. You got to let it develop. But see, also, this is where you got to know the scouting report and you got to respect the speed of the guy you're going against. See, what happened right here is Watson ate up what's called his cushion. See, it's taking him too long to turn because Watson ate up what's called his defending cushion. And when you turn wrong with a 4-3, it's over. This is Bland too, y'all. This ain't Kelvin Joseph, who everybody, I don't feel comfortable with Kelvin Joseph. I don't care. But who gives up the big play? Is that Kelvin Joseph? Nope. It's Bland. So let's not have no favorites. Let's just be honest. You feel me? Let's not, because I'm hearing a lot of talk about fear of Kelvin Joseph, but I don't see Kelvin Joseph getting beat. Yeah, I see Bland. Yeah. Because, and it was also because of a bad turn. He allowed him to eat up his cushion and he didn't respect the speed of that receiver. And that's what happened. And bums away. So this play, I learned that a lot of people are blaming Kelvin Josephs. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. This has nothing to do with Kelvin Joseph. This is the exact same thing from the previous coverage. And I'm going to be honest with you. This one is strictly on Quinn. This play was over from the start. I'm going to say that again. This play was over from the start. See, what's the difference between this play? I'm going to see if y'all notice this. What's the difference between this play and this play? I want to see if y'all notice it. What's the difference between this play and this play? What's the difference? It's a very key difference too that actually makes a difference to the touchdown. What's the difference? Huh? Yeah, my boy say safety down. Somebody said alignment. Somebody said Seagull high. It's none of that. You know what it is? It's the package. This one is a nickel package. Meaning you have 3 corners. Right? 3 corners. So it's a better matchup. It's a better matchup. You got athletes on athletes right now. Okay? All right? You see it? Kelvin, corner. Diggs, corner. Bland, corner. 3 on 3. This one, a base defense. So you have 3 safeties, 2 corners. My boy say wet fart. It was over. Because now you're trying to run the same scheme, but with the wrong package. So now the package itself created what we call an athlete on a stiff. Because now Kelvin Joseph is bracketing now with Hooker. Okay? He's bracketing. So it's the same thing. If it goes outside, Kelvin would have picked him up. But if it goes inside, it's man coverage to where Malik Hooker picks it up. But it created a mismatch. And you had an athlete on a stiff, and it was over. From the start. Like, this was impossible to stop. Just because of the athlete that's out there. Not this, it was the scheme. This was Quinn and Witt. This has nothing to do with the guys that's out there. This was a bad defensive design. This would have been a bad time to run a bracket. You know what they should have really did instead of running a bracket? They should have had Kelvin come down and press Watson and Diggs play off where they on two different levels, which you can't pick each other now because one of y'all playing press, one of y'all playing off, but everywhere that man goes, you go, and now you have 4-2 Kelvin Josephs versus 4-3 Watson. But because you bracketed this, you created a 4-6 versus 4-3, and it was over. That's what happened. So then as the route develops, look, boom, Kelvin is go. Allow him to go inside. He go pass him off as he's supposed to. But it was the athlete versus the stiff. So it's and Rodgers knew it. Rodgers like, what? What? Hold on. Malik Hooker versus a 4-3? Oh, this touchdown. Yeah, Aaron like, what? Who picked up my receiver? When he look up and he see that? Wait, Malik Hooker running with him? Oh, that's touchdown. Boop. That's what happened. And I was on Twitter and people was like, Kelvin did get burned. Here's the film. I'm like, bro, you reading that wrong, bro. No, that's not on Kelvin. That's the design. No, bro. That had nothing to do with Kelvin. So people be like, I feel uncomfortable. Why? Like, what do you see on the film that's making you uncomfortable with Kelvin? Now I don't trust because some of y'all, I understand. To be honest, some of y'all done fell in love with Anthony Brown. Y'all have to where y'all defend him to the death. And it's like, listen, y'all. And I was telling some of these Anthony Brown fans, I was like, listen, y'all, the only person that got beat was Anthony Brown and Bland. Kelvin Josephs and Diggs was on some shutdown action. I'm just keeping it real. So, you know what else you can do to potentially fix AB? Get a man some more reps at corner. I mean that. Yeah. I'm gonna take some more phone calls real quick before I get out of here, man. You know, because I carried and talked about two subjects, big subjects. Obviously the first one was kind of how I see this Odell wet fart stuff. Straight stank. It got a smell to it. And then the AB stuff. You know what I'm saying? And how to fix them. The good news is that I think you can fix them. I think you can. I got the phone lines back open, man. Y'all get up in here. Let's talk. You know, we got the freestyle. Here we go. Boss Cowboy.
What's going on, boss?
What's up, Cowboy?
I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk about what I said. Man, when you had brought up about big plays.
Mm-hmm.
This has been an Achilles heel for this team since last year.
Yeah.
Plays over 20 yards. And these plays were well over 20 yards. And if you look back at our Cowboy team in this defense, if we don't give up big plays, teams don't score.
Yep.
That's in every game. That means
right.
I mean, that's just about in every game we play.
Right.
If we don't give up big plays,
They don't
teams
score.
don't score.
Right. That's facts.
So, yes, the running game sets up big plays,
Yeah.
but regardless of the running game, you still don't give up. You don't have to give up big plays.
Right.
So, what this defense is, what they really worry about with running game, they don't want explosive runs. And what I mean by explosive runs, you're talking about runs over 20 yards, 25 yards, or even big time runs.
Yeah.
They don't want explosive passing plays. That you talking about touchdowns. You know, in the red zone, you're gonna get touchdowns. I'm talking about plays over 20 yards, 25 yards that are field position changes, red zone, get guys in the red zone, or putting you back against the wall.
Right.
That is what's important with what I was talking about, big plays, and that's part of our keys to win in the defense. Eliminate plays over 15 yards to less than 3 times a game.
Right.
And I want to speak of one part about on your film session.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about those corners in Green Bay getting burnt. But our safety did not have a very good game at all.
Nope.
In Green Bay.
Yep. That
and
range.
he was coming back off of a hamstring thing.
Right.
And he looked real slow.
Yep.
And
just keeping it real.
I'm gonna say this right quick, boss. If you look at some of those pass plays, you look at the 2 pass plays that we with Green Bay. If you can pull back those up, I'm watching it on TV. If you can pull back those Green Bay, those two pass plays in Green Bay.
I got it.
Go back to that. Go back to the start of that.
Okay, the very beginning. All right, it's there.
Okay. If you see Hooker in the middle of the field, Bland does not, and that's about a trust issue. He knew he had help in the middle. He should have never got over top to take the middle away. That's what you got to trust that guy's over there and keep the outside leverage. When you start doing more than what you're supposed to do and taking other people's spaces, it makes everything get out of whack.
Yeah.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back to that, when they was in that 3-by-3, right? If once he let that guy get to the outside of him, Hooker went to the outside, then when he came back, Hooker wasn't there.
Yeah.
So if he would have stayed up over top and say, if he go inside, Hooker got it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But this is what we were talking about with this Green Bay game, not only in the run game, but in the passing game. And I think Quinn addressed this about doing your job and trusting your teammate to do theirs.
Yeah.
Because when you start not doing it, sometimes football is, if you go where you don't supposed to be because you think you're trying to make a play, right? And you and get out of position, you put everybody else out of position, and sometimes it comes back to hurt. And that's what the one thing great about defense. You have to do your job and trust your guys are going to do their job.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Quinn keeps talking about in his press conferences about we're not there yet. And he's really trying to hone all these guys into the point of saying, be responsible for what you do and trust the guy next to you that they're going to do what they're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah.
Most times you do that, you stop big plays and you're successful. But once you start jumping around balls, and you know when you're being coached, if you're on the outside of the corner and they tell you got help inside with the safety, and you try to jump inside to try to do that big play inside, and that's why I get beat outside, you come back to the sideline, the coach say, hey, what you going there for? Ain't you got a guy there? So the thing is, work together, but yes, you're right about Anthony Brown. He can be fixed. And one thing you're missing it, and I think Mike Tomlin said it perfectly. These coaches got to run to coaching. Not run away from coaching and try to switch guys, because you ain't no switching now. Ain't no trading. You got to go what you got now.
Ain't no switching.
You got to go what you got now. And the thing about it is, I ask our Cowboy fans, let's build this confidence as a guy, because this is what we got. Him, Kevin Joseph, this is what we got.
Yeah.
We don't want to break his confidence, but he's got to get that confidence of, I want to make a play, and I'm not worried about a person catching the ball.
Right.
So he got to get, and when I saw him, I think last year we were talking about Andrew Brown, I said, confidence is everything.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to see his confidence start to waver because we're waiting for him to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Because if our defense can cut down big plays, and I don't think it's not a quarterback this year that threw over 250 yards against us. So he ain't messing up that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we just want him to make more plays, and I just hope in one of these games he makes a big play and it sets his confidence back up, and then I don't think we have to worry about him no more. But right now, confidence is everything when you're out there on that island.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I think is just about doing your job and doing the things that you're supposed to do, and depending on your teammate to do their thing. But as you see on this film, or these films you see, a lot of times we're out of position because we're supposed to be one place and we're not trusting our teammate to be where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, because if you look at this right here, even this play right here, Malik Hooker bit hard on this play action. Go look at it, Coach.
Thank you.
He bit hard. Like, it was no help on this because Malik Hooker was almost getting ready to get down into the action. This is where running the ball was good, because it didn't only get your linebackers to bite, it got your deepest safety to bite.
That's right. He's not trusting his linebackers to do their job. He's trying to do somebody else's job, and once he made 2 minute steps, then he's like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be doing my job.
Exactly.
Oh, it's too late now.
Yeah, that is the oh shit. Like, y'all want to see what oh shit? Look at Malik Hooker in the middle. Watch this. Oh shit. That's what.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late. That's too late. You can't help him now. You just gotta let him. Yeah.
Because he's trying to do somebody else's job, and that's what safety. See, his first step on this, he got to get depth. He is single high. He got to get depth. He can't worry about the run at single high.
Nah.
He can't worry about that.
Yeah, he bit hard on that. And then my boy, Come Assist asked, Boss, does Hooker need to play too high? So, like, playing too high or single is about the design of the defense. So, for instance, if you playing two-man, it's man coverage, but you have safety help for the halves. That's the design of the defense, to where if it goes to the left half, this safety picks it up, everything vertical. If it goes to the other half, the other safety picks it up, everything vertical, deep, and in the halves.
Right.
And then everybody else is playing man coverage, press, and can be aggressive because they know they have two deep safeties. But that's the design of that particular defense. But two-man can then look like cover two as a scheme and design, which then shows two halves, but you're now playing zone, which is similar to two-man, where you still covering your half. So they don't just align like that for nothing. They align like that based on the design of the defense. So even if you're disguising your defense, you're supposed to, at the snap or post snap, you better be where you're supposed to be, or you're compromising the defense.
That's right. You compromise it. And anytime, and as you know this, boss, and when you're playing defensive back, we always just tell our defensive backs, there's a ground that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And when you catch your feet in the wrong ground 2 or 3 yards where you don't supposed to be, you already beat.
Yep. Facts.
You already beat. If you don't put your feet in the right areas and your feet in the wrong areas, the play moves too fast for you to catch up unless you got blazing speed. So keep your feet where they're supposed to be. and his feet was 2 steps to the line of scrimmage, and after that, he couldn't even help AB. AB could have got beat inside or outside on that play once he let him off the line of scrimmage. Yep. And the thing, again, when you was talking about not trusting his speed, and I would like to see AB be a little bit more physical on his punch on that and not be, real lackluster on that punch. Because you got a guy with speed, you got to slow him down first. You can't get momentum.
Know about that one, Coach, but I'll let you rock with that one. I don't think you want to punch on this 4-3 boy. Just be honest.
But he put it on that play. He put his hand on it. But if you gonna put when he tried to put his hand on it at the beginning, if you gonna put your hand on, you better put it on firm, because it's too late now. So you got a little touch that ain't enough. Just like you say, you gotta bump it. You better bump. If you gonna put your hand out there, you can't put it out there like you touching the fly, because that guy's already beside you. Now you got to do your technique. You got to cheat now. Once he got beside, he need to start cheating.
Another thing about this play is notice that they on the right hash, but Malik Hook he's on the opposite hash, man.
And see, on that second play, when he had Hooker turn all the way around on that second play. When you run the second play, they had the 3 receivers. He had Hooker all turned around the next play, not that one right there, the next one. Once Hooker had the inside, he had Bland up inside on the inside where he caught touchdown. But when Hooker see him get beat to the outside, Hooker tried to recover to get to the outside, and all of a sudden, now the guy going back to the inside, and Hooker was too slow to get there.
Yeah, and see, can we just be all the way honest? Ooh, some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but Donovan Wilson, that dude has a lot of range back there.
Yoga fire.
Well, but one thing about Donovan Wilson is with the range, you can't get rid of his run support that he's been awesome in that.
Yes, I think the run support. I think Malik Hooker can handle that run support, Coach.
Huh?
Malik Hooker can handle that run support and curse. If we talking about taking away big plays and having a guy that's back there rangy enough to help Anthony Brown,
right?
Might be Dono. Because the film not lying. Like, the film is not lying. Like, Malik Hooker is struggling back there. Just being real. Like, everybody talking about Anthony Brown, and for a lot of people to say we need to give some help. Well, look at the guy that's supposed to be helping them. Like, bro, conceptually wise, it sounds good, but you got to look at the talent. Does that guy have the talent to help? Does he have the speed to help?
That's the thing about the speed, and ever since he pulled that hamstring, because he was out of game. This was Green Bay was his first game being back after the hamstring thing. So just hopefully that because he looked like he's laboring when he's running now. He don't look like he's full speed anyway.
Right.
So
you gotta, It's a good point on the hamstring, and then somebody said, so switch Wilson and Hooker. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And because Donovan Wilson played free before. Like he played a majority when he first starting. A lot of people don't know this, but a majority of his reps was at the free. But you would think he was just a box safety. Like, no. When he first became a starter, he played a majority of the free. Just keeping it real. And was very rangy.
You got some young guys too, man, dog. If you want them to run, you still got with speed. Hey, you got some other guys back there, and this goes across the board. With this if your safety is not, I don't never see our safety involved in these long passes and being there. I'm seeing them coming on the trail. So, sometimes guys get beat because they don't think their safety's gonna be there, but the safety's got to be there. So that's another thing we got to look at. But the groundswell is AB this, AB that. But we got our secondary got to say no big plays.
Right. No big plays.
That's right. We don't want no explosive plays, and we don't get no explosive plays. Our formula is set. Because if you win time possession, you don't get teams explosive plays. How they gonna score on Gunner's defense? You're not gonna happen. That's how we lost the game against Green Bay. Green Bay, they ran the ball, but when they ran the ball, they didn't score because they were running the ball for if they didn't get those long plays, how they was gonna score?
No, they scored on the big plays. Yep,
that was their game plan. They didn't because Aaron Rodgers ain't completed but 12 passes.
Yeah, and he only threw it 20 times. Yeah, so.
That's right. So they knew that they need to get explosive plays, and we allowed them to hold the ball long enough for them to say, hey, they're going to try to get explosive plays. So, yes, running game sets up the big plays, but there's no excuse to giving up big plays on defense.
No.
Just do your job.
Just do your job.
That's it. Do your job. And you do your job and make teams be methodical to get down the field, because that's going to be important in this next game, because I don't think Indianapolis got an offense that could drive 10, 15 plays against us, even with their running back. Just don't give them no big plays.
Yep.
So that's one of the things, man. But as you see, boss, great job, man. And I hope we just telling people that the small things we can try to do. And I hope the coaching staff ain't running away from coaching. We got to keep the coaching this team up and really be on them about giving up big plays. And at this time, if guys ain't fast enough to get to where they're supposed to be, guess what? Get somebody, hey, call the next guy off the bench and say, hey, I want you to do it.
Ain't no favorites.
That's the same thing with competition. Competition needs to be with Malik Hooker too.
Yep, it does.
That's right.
Because he can play in the box. It ain't like you firing him. You just switching him. You know what I'm saying? You're not firing him. It's like, we know you can tackle. Malik Hooker can play strong or free. Just move him where he's going to be a better asset. And yes, we do. Donovan Wilson can bang in that box. But it's a lot of them can bang in that box. We need somebody that can have the range.
Have the range, especially if you're playing single high safety.
Yep.
If you're playing single high safety,
you gotta.
You ain't no run support.
No.
You ain't run support single high safety.
No.
That's why you ain't cover three.
Yeah.
The strong safety already on to be run support. Your job is don't let nothing get behind me and to help these corners to be their help so they can't get nothing behind me and they're gonna force balls to come to you and you need to be back there to catch them.
Yeah, and I want y'all to know we not talking about firing Malik Hooker. This is what West Coast was talking about, where he was just right. This is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Like, when you dealing with the regular season, trying to prepare for the playoffs, it should be some adjustments, some tweaks, some changes. We saw you. We put you back there in the free. From looking at you at free, the vision of you playing free was good. It was cute, but coming off that hamstring, we might need to let your leg get a little bit better. So in the meantime, we're going to move you in the box. We're going to move Dono to the free. We're going to get at a look. That's what we supposed to be doing right now, mixing and matching, changing, experimenting, getting ready for the playoffs so we can know exactly what this team is come playoffs.
Right, and I hope now what can really help this is if our defense started being more responsible and gap integrity, and our linebackers start to get better with the young guy, and we bring Barr back, that we can say, hey, we can cover it two ways, and on these pass down, we can play cover two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the biggest point is maybe Malik Hooker just needed some time to heal. You know?
That's right.
So it's I'm not saying let's panic, but we also can't say that this film is a lie. We can't say that. We saw it. It's just what it is.
And you were Axe Hooker. And I tell the Cowboy fans this: if you was Axe Hooker, that's why he knew he wasn't in the right spot, and he knew he was too far off. You're not gonna ask the safety to beat it right there, but he got to be closer there to that, and he got to make the quarterback feel that he's going to be in the area, so you have the second thought of throwing that pass because you're going to have two guys in the area instead of just one defensive back to corner. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So yes, he got to play a little bit more deeper, and he got to be big to that of cutting big plays down because that's going to try. Teams going to try to attack us that way, and I want to see our safeties get some more interceptions because once we pick up a couple of passes, balls with the safety getting there, people won't side as much.
Right. All right, Coach.
Yeah,
Man.
so that's what I'm going to say. Great job, boss.
All right, man.
Don't let somebody else get in. Great job, brother.
Appreciate it, Coach. That was Coach Marv, man. Y'all already know he bring that funk. And while we take another call, man, y'all know what to do. Let's hit them likes real quick while we waiting on somebody else to call. My boy Tariq was saying he wanted to call. I ain't heard from my boy Tariq in a minute. But y'all go ahead and hit that like, man. You know what I'm saying? Just, that's obviously what helps us in the algorithm. It helps our growth. I'm very proud to say that in terms of our likes and engagement and the amount of people that watch us live in relation to the amount of subs, we're doing fantastic as a channel, and I love exactly where we are. So one of the best ways to obviously help us is to hit that like. I want us to get in the habit of doing that because I'm being honest, it's been times I've done that too much with some of my favorite channels. A lot of people that I still watch on occasion when I'm not working on my own content. I go in and I'll watch Law be loving the channel and damn, forget to hit the like. So I'm also talking to me, just with my friends and my content creators, to just do a better job myself of just doing a simple like. So yeah, and then Daywalker, I appreciate what you saying, bro. He say, Daywalker said, share the content too, even if you share it to yourself. Yeah, he's saying basically share it to your own Facebook page, these are all good habits and ways to show appreciation that's even outside of money. Because obviously a lot of y'all do super chat and gift Boss Cowboy Sports. Some of you never have and never will. Obviously, I'm not gonna beat you up for that. I don't know what anybody's money situation is to judge whether you give or not. But if you can't give, the least thing to do is hit that like and share, especially if you liking the amount of research, the amount of knowledge, the way that we explain these concepts and kind of really go through it and break this stuff down so that we can all kind of see the game the right way at the same time. So, ain't nobody calling in, so y'all already know what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to close this thing out. But let me say this. Which should be obvious for people that have been watching for some time. I need to explain this to people that's new. Here at Boss Cowboy Sports, we always strive to be loyal, never devoted. We gonna tell you things that sometimes you're not gonna like. It's not gonna be popular. As y'all can see, I will debate the crowd. I debated the whole crowd on Odell Beckham and finally came to a place to where I can compromise, to where if I saw Dak audibling and actually taking control of Kellen Moore, I would be a little bit more open. But I'm willing, and y'all should see that. If I really feel like it's in the best interest of this team, I will go against anybody. But that's being loyal. I'm not kissing up. Like, we all knew that to be against Odell Beckham right now is risking channel growth because a lot of people like the ideal of Odell Beckham. But if I really honestly don't see it as an asset, I'm not being loyal if I'm not telling y'all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I'm trying to grow. It's about me. It's about my selfish ambitions versus what's really best for this team. So I'm gonna be loyal. I'm never gonna be devoted, because a devoted person, they just go along with anything. And see, devoted people, I'm gonna be honest, they don't like my channel. They don't. People that's devoted, people that just want to be positive all the time, super Cowboy fans, and when you start talking about stuff that where we need to improve, they get uncomfortable. They call it negative. You still talking about killing more. You still talking about Mike McCarthy? Yeah, because these are the biggest problems and the biggest risk to us winning. So yeah, I do apologize if you feel like it's the same old. But if I'm seeing the same old problems, I'm gonna continue to talk about the same old until we fix it. Because to me, that's loyal. But if you love just positive, it's plenty of channels that's gonna give you that. There's plenty of Cowboys channels. They gonna give you nothing but positive. Everything gonna be okay. The rainbow gonna come out every day. It's never gonna rain. It's plenty of that. But if you really want answers, if you really want to have a respectable conversation about how to win, and you want to go to a channel where we really go back and forth with integrity and respect. Like, you don't see me boo-booing on the players. You don't see none of that. You know, but you see me talking and addressing all of the issues that I feel like that's in our way. So I always want to explain that for the new subscribers. Those that been rocking, they already know me. They all like, I know Boss. Even if I don't agree with them, those who been here a while be like, I know Boss. Boss mean well. Even if I don't agree with him, I know he means well. You know, some people, it take them a while to understand the spirit of this channel. So I always say that to try to give new people the understanding of what we're about. And I'm also be honest and say this, I have to do that because a lot of people, what they do is they try to slander this channel off of competition. Like, it's other content creators that really muddy up the opinions of what we do over here, and they literally only doing it for their own selfish ambition. They know what we're about, but they also know that we address problems, so they try to label us as negative versus problem solving channels. So I just wanted to give the spirit of what we all about over here. And please continue to like, share, and subscribe to Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. And y'all just stay tuned, obviously, for tomorrow. I even might come back tonight. Me and West Coast talked about doing a late night show. He might do it, he might not. I'm down for it. But I'm definitely gonna be back tomorrow with Boss Candy. And we go rock it. We got some new stuff we gonna be talking about. So y'all just kind of keep your notifications on and that bell on so that when we go live, you'll know it. But also plan to be ready to watch this channel around 8 o'clock Central tomorrow. Even if you don't get the notification, you need to know when we on. But anyway, man, y'all stay up. It's Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. Peace. My boy Studi in the house. Studi, what's up, big dog? Man, I love when I see Studi, man. Studi, one of them throwback boys.
Sports.
Already, man.
Where
my
your
boy
voice
Studi, straight out the
matters.
H-Town, big dog. Man, y'all stay up.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Shout out Sean.